If it's in Hampton Roads, it's on the Hampton Roads Show.
Welcome to the Hampton Roads Show on this soggy Thursday morning. Our live audience today is from Atlantic Shores Retirement Community. Coming up a little later, we'll find out about their spring home and garden tour and get a little parenting advice.
And in the kitchen today, a familiar face, an early Cinco de Mayo celebration with a fresh local twist from Chef Chris Hill from the Bachelor Kitchen. And Baby Week continues this week on this morning's I Am Hampton Roads. We're going to talk to a certified birth doula to find out what it's like to help moms and dads through one of the most exciting times of their lives.
Plus, in a brand new Legal Matters segment premiering today, we're talking with the attorneys from COULIS and NACMN about traveling safely with children in the right car safety seats, which is a very big issue for new parents, and getting it right because you got to keep the little ones safe.
And to know how old they should be riding in one.
And they got to do it for a very long time. That's right. Hey, listen, before we get started, a quick sports shout out. One of our favorite guests here on the Hampton Roads Show, David Wright, last night became the all-time RBI leader in New York Mets franchise history.
Wow.
29 years old. He still has a long way to go if he stays with the Mets, but last night he passed Mike Piazza and Darryl Strawberry, so a big shout out to David Wright.
Hats off to you, David Wright. Yeah, he was on the show. That was
yes,
awesome.
He was.
I do remember him. Okay, so Baby Week.
Baby
with our baby
Week.
topics.
Yeah, you know, we've gone cravings, we've gone out, do you find out what you're going to have, but today we're just going to make it simple and ask you, how do you name your child? What did you name your child? Did you go traditional? Did you go kind of out there with a crazy name? Maybe like Ariane. Everybody.
Whoa, time out. Oh, who's that? That's me.
Well, it's not really. There you have it. There's the
yeah,
little baby
that's me.
Ariane.
I was 1 year old. My mom actually came up with my name, and I think I've said it before on the show. She was looking through an Avon magazine and came across this perfume, Ariane.
Nice.
And she was like, you know what? I like that a lot. So in our family, my dad's, if all the girls, it's just me, we're going to be named with an A because my dad's name is Alvin. So they were like Ariane and Alvin. And they actually ordered their perfume and had the little lip gloss and the powder. Granted, this was in 1982, so I still have it today. The only thing, though, is it doesn't smell too hot.
Doesn't smell too hot, does it?
It's kind of like, you know, it's been old, but it's just neat to be able to have it and set it on my
It's
my
a very
dresser
unique and beautiful name,
I
by the way.
I met a boy when Tracy and I did a career day. His name was Ariane. It was spelled differently. I haven't met many. I've probably met like a handful of Arianes. I've met like Adriana, Ariana, Ariel, but not Ariane.
You know, in the Reckling family, we've all, you know, it was Kathy and Chris first, and it just so happened we stuck with C's. Cameron
Oh, the cuties.
and Casey. So if we had another, I'm not sure what we were going to name them, but I really like the name. And, you know, I know this is a little odd, a little different, but I really like the name. There's Casey. I really like the name Conrad. My wife was like, you got to be kidding me. I just thought it was a tough name. Conrad Reckling, it kind of rolled off the tongue.
I like the name Cameron.
Cameron?
I like Cameron.
Yeah, it's kind of a neat name.
But it's
Cam was almost Conrad.
Well, it's good. I like Casey. I like Casey. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting, you know, and a lot of people don't even have the name until like they say they want to look at the baby and then the name will just come to them. I don't know if I could do that.
We threw a whole bunch of names on the refrigerator, like our top 5 names, and threw them around like that.
I mean, it's a big deal. You pick your child's name that they are going to have for life.
I know, and you got to be careful. You just never know what's hot, what's new. Like what, Blue Ivy Carter? Is that's an interesting name, isn't it?
Blue is interesting. It brings us to our next topic. Of course, if you haven't heard, you're going to hear it right now. Guess who has been named People's Most Beautiful Woman in the World? They called me. I was like, guys, I got to do the Hampton Roads Show, so go ahead and pass it off to Beyonce. Beyonce Knowles has been named People's World's Most Beautiful Woman, and actually they have another photo of her that they took. Her and some other folks were named too, but she's just in lip gloss and no makeup. So
and
they say.
Not much of a top either.
So they say no makeup. Well, we're not looking at that. We're going to look at her face. Because she is beautiful. But they interviewed her. Of course, you know, she is a new mom. Her baby, Blue Ivy Carter, was born on January 7th. And she says now that she's had the baby, she feels the most beautiful that she's ever felt in her entire life. And she is just loving motherhood. And, you know, I think they made a good choice. I mean, I don't know anybody out there that would really disagree.
She certainly
Beyonce's
is beautiful.
gorgeous.
She
She's
is beautiful.
So
No doubt about it.
she's successful. She's 30 years old. I mean, she came out, of course, with Destiny's Child, if you remember, and her husband, Jay-Z, he's 42. Just their whole family, they just kind of have this massive empire. So she's supposed to have this comeback tour, or she's going to be performing Memorial Day, and then she's going to be working on her new music. So they've had little snapshots of her out and about. She looks good. Post-baby.
Who was runner-up? Who was runner-up?
Well, not a, you know, coming back from having the baby, I guess. Not a comeback like she's been away, but
Who was runner-up?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I told you.
You know
they
what?
called
We
me, and
will
I was
find
like,
out
guys,
because
I
we're going to
can't.
interview our good friends from People Magazine. Well, I'm sure you were on the
That's the
short
cover.
list. You're on the short
On the
list,
short list.
for sure.
All right. Well, they got some guys in there too, so we'll have to talk with them.
Huh?
See what it was like talking to Beyonce and how they choose. You know,
Yeah.
of all the people out
Popularity,
there,
I'm sure, was big on that
how
list.
are they the most beautiful in the world? So pretty awesome to wake up and then realize you're the most beautiful woman in the world.
Well, you've been named the most beautiful. I mean, there's a lot of women out there that are beautiful.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Your
be
day is
popular to be
going
beautiful.
Great. All right, well, those are our 2 hot topics. Let us know your thoughts. You can join in on the conversation on our Facebook page or follow us on Twitter at HR_show. And we're going to bring
All right, folks, I'm sorry I got an interruption.
No, here it comes.
Taylor Swift is the most beautiful woman of all time.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Sit down.
Forget Beyonce. Taylor Swift.
You know,
Gotta get some revenge for
Hello.
Kanye back in the day.
Beyonce,
there.
do you not think she's gorgeous?
So, yeah, oh yeah, I do. I do. I was kidding around, but just doing a little throwback to Kanye.
you're the most
Interrupted
beautiful
there.
weatherman
It
on
was
the
an
Hampton
MTV
Road
Music
Show, for
Awards,
sure.
like, hey y'all. So.
You were, I got it. I
Get a little
get it now.
revenge for
Interrupted.
Taylor Swift
Yeah.
there. So,
Well,
but yeah, no,
she's
I mean,
cute.
I think this was justified easily. So, yeah, a nice picture too.
Yeah.
Look at the other one. Hey,
I'm
look at
sure
the-
you were
look
in
at
the
the
other
other
one.
one.
No,
Look at the
what?
other one.
Boy,
The other one?
weather.
Yeah, no,
Time
all
for
of them.
weather.
I mean, yeah, it's
Can't
great.
look at it too long.
Sorry.
Here, pass that around.
Right. There you go.
Yeah,
Anyway.
we'll just see how this looks.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
You talk about the weather, I'm going to look at Beyonce.
Anyway, yeah, lots of folks out there kind of just mesmerized as we are. So, anyway, let's talk about the weather.
Let's talk about this
Not-
soggy Thursday morning.
Not very
Please
beautiful.
tell me it's going to dry up today because my kid has a baseball game and I'd like to see him play
Got
ball.
some more scattered showers, but I think it's going to be hit or miss as we go into the latter part of the day. So maybe you'll get lucky, get the game going on. So yeah, we got some scattered showers and thunderstorms later today into the evening, but you might be able to get a baseball game in if you're lucky. 80 degrees for the high today. Going to warm it up nicely, upper 70s in the area. Let's put it that way. Tomorrow, 65, partly cloudy, and then Saturday morning and Sunday morning, both we're expecting some showers. The stuff on Sunday morning may actually move out before sunrise if we're lucky, so that's kind of the latest trend. I may be able to take it out of the daytime forecast, but for right now, let's just say a few showers here and there. All right, so let's take a look at the pop quiz for today. And the pop quiz has 4 clues to it, so let's take a look at it. And so here they are. All right, connects to other countries is the first clue. A big south side city. Has a tower and a terminal, and established in 1938. So put those 4 clues together, HamptonRoadshow.com, and submit your answer.
Getting these out of your way.
Oh, come on. Leave Beyonce with
Beyonce's
us.
coming to the
You're going to
kitchen.
take Beyonce to the kitchen
She's
with
coming to the
Crystal. You're not going
kitchen.
to get anything done over there. All right, today's winner will receive a pair of tickets to the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series 400 at the Richmond International Raceway this Saturday. Tickets are on sale right now. Log on to RIR.com for more information. They call it the Action Track because it is a smoking great time. And it's the Action Kitchen today with Chris and Ariane.
It is in the kitchen with Chef Chris Hill from the Bachelor Kitchen. Now, really quick, tell us what you're making, but I also have something I want to ask you.
Sure. We were doing a little south of the border, kind of right up on Cinco de Mayo. We're going to do some pan-seared snapper over a little bit spicy, but tomato sauce.
Okay.
That's really super easy. So is a snapper. We're going to serve that little mango guacamole, and then with some chips on the side if you want, and
Okay.
finish it off with a passion fruit margarita.
Now, of course, you know Beyonce has joined us in the kitchen to watch you cook. Also, we were talking about baby names, and you kind of have a fun story about how
I do.
you came with your name.
I don't really remember. But yeah, my uncle, I guess, didn't originally want kids, or I guess his wife didn't, and I was named to keep my grandfather's name going. I was given his name, and then the wife at the time got upset, and so for about 2 or 3 weeks, I was named Raymond Dunlap Hill III.
Raymond Dunlap Hill III was your name for the first 3 weeks of your life.
Thank God.
You like Chris Hill.
I like Chris
We
Hill.
could have done either one. All right,
Yeah.
when we come back, we're going to get started cooking our delicious early Cinco de Mayo dish.
That's right.
All right, still ahead on the Hampton Roads Show, meet Kathy Gilman, a certified birth doula in Hampton Roads. Find out what inspired her to take on the profession of helping other moms through childbirth. And we're premiering a brand new segment today, Legal Matters, with our friends from COULIS and NACMN. They'll join us to talk about child car safety seat guidelines.
Welcome back, everyone, in the kitchen with Chef Chris Hill from the Bachelor Kitchen, making a couple of fresh dishes with a Mexican flair in celebration of an early Cinco de Mayo.
That's right. I figured it'd give everybody a week or so head start to give it a
Figure
try
out
over
what
the
they're going to
weekend.
make, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we start with? I guess ingredients. You have a lot that you
Yeah,
start
we
with.
sure do.
Colorful.
We're going to get started with this Southwest tomato coulis, which is almost like a Mexican marinara of sorts. It's going to simmer over the course of the show.
Okay.
And be really delicious.
All right.
Maybe turn it down just a sec.
Just a little bit.
So
All
we
right.
have a bunch of onions, some red bell pepper,
Okay.
some jalapeno, some garlic, cumin, chili powder, salt, pepper. This is crushed tomatoes and some chicken broth.
Okay.
And some tomatillos and cilantro.
Ah.
So what we're going to do is, I'm first going to show you the quick technique for peppers. A lot of people don't
Please
know how to
tell
cut
me
them.
because I.
Cut
Oh,
it
okay.
right in half and then just
Pull out
rip
the
this
core.
right.
Okay, yeah. That's how I
And then
do
you
it.
want to just cut away these white membranes.
Oh, you don't want. Okay. Gotcha.
But it's super easy. So we're going to add that to the mixture as well.
Okay.
And then add everything else and get started on the guacamole here
Depending
in a sec.
on your spice palette,
Yeah, you can,
determine how many of these are going to go in.
or leave it out altogether. You can also take all the seeds out, which is
Okay.
what we'll probably do here in just a sec.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So we have
that's
about
what heat's at.
half of a bell pepper that we're going to throw right in there.
Okay.
And it's going to be really delicious. All these flavors are going to come together really nicely. And
Now,
by
is
the
this
end of the show,
something you could make ahead of time
Absolutely,
and then throw it
absolutely.
in the pan before you
Absolutely.
get started?
so here we're going to throw these
Is it
in.
the longer it simmers, the better?
Yeah, the longer it simmers, and if it sits overnight, all those flavors are going to marry together and be really delicious by the
Okay.
end. There we go.
Sounds good. Hey, I can help you out and stir something here.
Yeah. And so
So-
we have like medium-low heat.
Okay.
We got some garlic in there as well. Some fresh lime juice, about
Okay.
half of a lime.
Sounds good.
We have these tomatillos, which are really cool.
I don't think I've ever had a tomatillo.
They are
Little-
kind of in the same ballpark as the tomato, but they're going to be a little bit sour.
Okay.
But when you cook them, they turn really, really delicious.
Really?
So we're going to add that to it. And it's
Okay.
really a staple in all the south of the border and Mexican,
Yeah.
Argentinian dishes.
It smells really,
We're going
really
to take
good.
one of these guys and throw it in there. Take about half a teaspoon of chili powder,
Yum.
some cumin,
Okay.
maybe a touch more of this olive oil, some salt and pepper.
And of course,
And
we'll have
then-
this on our website, so if folks are following along and want to make this at
Yeah.
home, you can definitely do that.
And
Try
it's
it out.
it's one of those dishes that you can easily adapt to your liking.
Yeah. Put in what you want, take out what you don't
Yep.
like.
We're going to add that chicken broth,
Okay.
low sodium or chicken stock, either
All
one,
of it?
and then yep, go ahead and
Okay.
throw the whole thing in.
All right.
And the tomatoes.
Add the tomatoes. And can you use, you know, if people don't want to get fancy and crush their own and blend them up, you just use cans?
I can. That's exactly what I
Okay.
use. The San Marzano makes a really good product as well.
Okay.
So that's going to simmer over the course of the show.
Okay.
And then before we go to break, if we have time to maybe do this guacamole,
Okay, sounds good.
we have, this is 2 avocados. I've got one more here. I'm going to show one more technique too for avocados, all you guys that are kind of scared.
The
Cut it down the
pits.
middle. You have the pit, right? What you're just going to do is hit it and then
It comes
There you
out.
go.
All
Yep.
right. And one of our chefs was telling us, I think it was yesterday, we had Wes Stepp from Red Sky Cafe. He was mentioning that if you put the pit in the avocado, it helps it from not turning brown.
exactly. And yeah,
I didn't know that.
And then what we're going to do instead of that is add some lime juice. So half of a lime.
Okay.
You know, we also need to add a little bit of cilantro
We're
to
still
that
keeping
sauce.
this on low, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
low.
It's going to simmer.
And then we're going to take a spoon and scoop this right out. And it's already,
I know some people like cut it into little cubes.
and that's exactly what I did while you were over there stirring.
Yeah. Careful, kids. If you're trying that, don't hurt your hand.
And we're actually going to do the same exact thing with this mango.
Okay.
There's a pit right down the middle. So you cut these
around
cheeks
it.
off. And then the same thing we do with the avocado,
Ah.
like this. And then you
Okay.
take a spoon and spoon it right
Just
out.
scoop it out. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So what you been working on since you've last been
Let's
here on the
see.
show?
I actually working on this. I have a meet and greet thing I'm doing. It's an event teaching some guys how to cook.
Oh, okay.
And then
when's that going to be?
Actually next Tuesday. And then the following week, they are coming back with the recipe that I showed them how to do, and cooking for a bunch of females that are interested in cooking as well.
Ah, kind of like a little. Now, is it like a setup, maybe?
Yeah,
maybe. Date,
possibly. We're trying to keep it kind of low key. So
you're going to teach them how to cook a recipe. They have to come.
They have a week to try and master it, put their own spin on it,
and then
we're
come back and cook it. How neat is that? Is this the first time you're doing something like this?
Yeah. We got some really good response so far, and I think there's a couple more spots. So if anybody's out there, shoot me an email at chris@bachelorkitchen.com.
Cool.
PayPal.
You're also on Facebook too.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to get a hold of me.
Do you get a lot of response from people, Facebooking or emailing you how to make recipes, or they've seen something on the show?
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
A lot of it's really, like you said, through Facebook. It's such a cool, easy, open interaction,
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Sounds good. All right, we're gonna let this simmer, and then this the fish that you brought again is
red snapper. We're just gonna season it, pan sear it, flip it over. See, these are really huge, so we're going to actually finish it off in the oven.
Okay.
And then we have a margarita over here that we're going to finish.
I don't think you mentioned we were going to make this in the first beginning, but okay, you can have get a compliment the drink with food. All right, Chris Hill, a.k.a. what was it, Dunlap?
Raymond Dunlap.
Raymond Dunlap. All right, send over to Chris.
Thank you.
All right, babies need diapers, bottles, and a safe car seat to travel. In fact, hospitals won't let you take your baby home without a properly installed car seat. And a proper safety seat is necessary as your child grows. And joining us now is attorney Paul Hernandez with COULIS and Nachman with a closer look at car seat safety. Paul, welcome to the Hampton Road Show. We need to keep that child safe, but that right there is the most important thing when you're driving. Talk about the car seat and the life expectancy of the seat.
That is true. The most important part is that is the safety of your child and every child. And most car seats, the ones nowadays, actually have an expiration date. Every car seat on there will show you the born-on date of the car seat. But some people, as people who have many children, they'll use the same car seat for this child as the next child as they grow older, and it's a mistake to do, because car seats, they will degrade. The plastic degrades when it sits in the sun all day long. The plastic, not only the cushioning in the seats, but also the straps. When kids are eating and drinking and dropping milk and juice and things on the car seat, it's a bad thing for the car seat. They don't last forever. One of the biggest parts about a car seat is how you place your child in a car seat.
Sure.
Now, as you know, for the first year and up to about 20 pounds, you're supposed to keep your child rear facing.
Right.
It is by far the safest thing to do, is to have your child rear facing. And the Academy of Pediatrics actually recommends to try to keep your kid rear-facing up to 2 years. Now, there are exceptions to it, because larger kids will have their feet up on the back of the car seat and they won't be comfortable.
Right.
But clearly, at least for 1 year, you should keep your child rear-facing in a rear-facing car seat.
Now, I know a child will grow and they'll need a bigger car seat. At what point can a child be taken out of a car seat?
Whoa. Well, it depends basically on height and weight, but they generally recommend up to 6 years for forward-facing and up to 80 pounds, around 80 pounds, before you take them out of a car seat. We were discussing earlier, I have a 6-year-old child, and I keep her in a car seat similar to this. She's probably big enough to transfer her to a booster seat. But safety is the key. I want to keep her in. As long as she could be in a car seat like this with the side protection, I'm going to keep her in a car seat that gives her the most protection.
If a car seat's in a crash, can it still be used?
The answer is yes, but you want to err on the side of replacing the car seat.
Right.
There's one area where an insurance company is pretty flexible. If you've been in an accident, and not just a scratch that a cart just hit your car, but if you've been in a crash, car insurance companies are pretty Johnny on the spot to replace the car seat. And if you've been in a wreck and you have any concern of if there's a problem with the car seat, you need to complain about it. You need to say, I am not going to put my child in that car seat.
Sure.
Insurance company, I want you to replace that car seat. So it's important to have that have it replaced after a wreck.
And probably most important is it has installed properly, because that's where a lot of people make a big mistake.
It's a huge mistake.
Yep.
On these car seats nowadays, fortunately almost every car, and even rental cars, you have to have it specially clipped to the bottom of the car, of the seat. And the more important part, there's a strap on the top. And that strap on the top of that seat must be connected to the appropriate spot. And if you're not familiar with it, where do you take it? You take it to the fire department. They are absolutely wonderful in assisting you in putting your car seat in.
Great advice, Paul Hernandez. For more information regarding child seat safety, it can be obtained at the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration Traffic Safety Child Passenger Safety Program. For any legal needs, call COULIS and Nachman or find them online at COULIS-Nachman/legalmatters.com or give them a call at 800-361-0430. Paul Hernandez, great advice on the car safety seat.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
All right, some good information there on car seat safety. Keeping with our Baby Week themes, one of our hot topics this morning, talking about baby names and how your family came up with your baby's name or how you were named yourself. On Facebook, let's see, Anticella, she says she has 3 kids. One was named from a song, one was from the Bible, and the other was named after her mom. Deborah says her husband and her had a hard time picking out a name, so they compromised. She wanted Corinne, her husband wanted Corinne, she wanted Brianne, so they said, you know what, let's combine the name, and they got Berin.
Berin.
Jesse Eisenpress says, my sister looked at all the family's past relatives. They looked at her hubby's family, and then they asked what they wanted to name the daughter, so they named her Christina Ariane Rose.
Wow! I got that from you. Yeah, and there's little Ariane right there.
Eating an ice cream cone.
Okay, here you go. Hot off the press. The most popular baby names for 2012.
Ooh.
For a boy, Mason. For a girl, Emma. I looked down the list, the top boys' names, and the top 40. Chris is not on there. I don't get it.
No.
And I didn't see Ariane either, so I'm sorry.
Well, because it's unique.
It is unique.
It is very unique.
Yes.
As is Beyonce, which we're going to talk about some comments of her being named People's Most Beautiful Woman in the World. So.
All right, you may have noticed that we're short a co-host today. That's because Carrie Fury is walking for a worthy cause.
That's right. She and Jimmy Ray of 97.3 The Eagle are making their way across Hampton roads over the next few days, and today is day 2 of her 5-day March for Babies. She joins us now on the phone to let us know how she's doing so far. Hey, Carrie, what's going on?
Hey, guys, how are you?
Good.
You staying dry, Carrie?
Yes, we actually, we got rained on for the first 5 miles. So please make sure to say a special hello to Jeremy for me since I'm not in the studio today. But it's let up a little bit. Now it's just actually perfect walking weather. The overcast skies, it's actually great. So we've got 8 miles down, and we've got about 6 or 8 left today. And then we're going to be hanging out, you know, like we do, visiting with people who also support the mission of the March of Dimes. If people want to learn more, they can go to our website, of course, or marchdimes.org if they want to learn more about how they can also walk in the community. Because there's that big walk at the ocean front. That's where Jimmy and I are going to finish on Sunday. But there's other walks happening in other communities around Hampton Roads.
Carrie, how are you hanging in there? I know this is it's just kind of a little bit of a taxing job you got here, doing a lot of walking. How are you hanging in there?
Well, you know, it is a long walk, but it's for such a great cause. And honestly, over the years, I mean, Jimmy and I have just really come to enjoy, you know, taking part in this mission together. And it's where we became the best of pals, and we look forward to it every year. And Jimmy's been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. It really has.
Jimmy Ray. All right, well, Carrie, best of luck to you, and it's for a great cause. And, of course, want to let our viewers out there know you can follow Carrie on Twitter at wavy_eagle_walk, and she's tweeting all of her updates on her journey out there. So
that's right. The baby walk is on Sunday, April 29th. Registration, 8 a.m. Walk starts at 9 a.m. Virginia Beach Oceanfront, 24th Street Park. Find out more about the March for Babies and join the Wavy team. Find out more on wavy.com. Way to go, Jimmy Ray and Carrie Fury. All right, up next, we're talking about dealing with dyslexia and dysgraphia as a family, what it is and how the folks from Chesapeake Bay Academy's Diagnostic Assessment Program help pinpoint challenges and use technology to make learning easier and more fun.
And don't forget about our pop quiz. Today's winner will receive a pair of tickets to the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series 400 at the Richmond International Raceway on this Saturday, April 28th. Just log on to thehamptonroadshow.com and click on that pop quiz button on the top right-hand corner of the screen. Good luck.
I rocked mine, and I sang Turalura Laura.
How's that go?
And yeah, I'm going to sing it now.
Well, it really was the joy of my life. Maybe not at that time, but right now it was.
I loved the cuddling. I mean, when you held them close and they just snuggled in, I mean, that was just precious.
I think he's the greatest thing that happened to our family.
It changes your world, just like everyone says it will. You know, we are able to do a lot of the same things that we did before, but it's completely different.
Sleep when they sleep, as old as they get. People always say sleep when they sleep when you're a baby, but don't stop. Keep sleeping when they sleep.
They do respond to kindness and gentleness.
You also appreciate your parents more. I know I did.
Well, the best thing about grandkids is they come and they visit, and you have a good time with them. And then after a while, they get antsy, you get antsy, and they go.
The joy of grandchildren is, if I would have known how fun it was, I would have done them first.
You have all the fun, and you can hand them back at the end of the day if you have to. You know.
Those were the residents and the staff at Atlantic Shores Retirement Community. They are all like one big happy family, and so we had them all give us their comments on parenting as part of Baby Week. And more of the folks from Atlantic Shores are here in the audience to tell us about their spring home and garden tour. And this is Kathy Parks. Kathy, it is like one big happy family there at Atlantic Shores, isn't it?
It sure is. Both the residents and the staff, we are one happy family there.
And you're more than happy to have a few more people join you, and that's you're having the garden and the home show. Tell me about that.
We're having our Atlantic Shores Home and Garden Tour coming up in May, Friday, May 18th from 11 to 3, and we've added a few things on our Home and Garden Tour this year. We're inviting guests to come join us, and we have 11 villas out in our community that you can come out and see, including an apartment in Atlantic Shores. And we have some entertainment. We have happy hour that you can join us for happy hour at the end of the day. And we have some of our local artists that will be showing some of their artwork during the tour.
Okay, so you say it's May 18th on a Friday afternoon.
On a Friday afternoon, we're expecting a beautiful sunny day.
Well, we'll see about that. We hope so, and it'll help the garden tour. But just walking around Atlantic Shores, the gardens are always impeccable. It's a beautiful place to just be
Our
around.
grounds are amazing. We have great staff that take care of our grounds, and it's beautiful from the time you enter into the community. When you drive around, go down to our gazebo, it is beautiful.
And just spending a few minutes with some of the folks there at Atlantic Shores, I can tell it's a lot of fun, and everybody had such great advice that day talking about parenting.
We do. We have fun in Atlantic Shores. They're always involved in something from wine tastings to having their entertainers come in and have happy hours. There's always something to do.
I know you've had some other people come to you lately and tell you how much they like it. What is some of the feedback that you receive?
It's very positive. That when you come into Atlantic Shores, everyone makes you feel welcome. So you come in with a positive feeling, you go out with a big smile on your face.
The tour and the garden tour, is this something new or something you do every year?
This is our second year. We have expanded it this year, and we are inviting many guests from the outside to come in and view our beautiful community.
You said there is some art also involved?
Some of our local artists in the Virginia Beach area and also at Atlantic Shore. Some of our residents will be displaying some of their artwork during the tour.
Okay, it's May 18th on a Friday, and you can find out more at AtlanticShoresLiving.com, RSVP, or call them at 757-716-3000. Save the date, Atlantic Shore Spring Home and Garden Tour. There it is once again. Go on out there and check it out and tell everybody I said hi, because everyone's so friendly there.
Absolutely, we will do that.
All right, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, coming up, moms have enough to worry about when being pregnant, so it is no surprise when they call on someone like Kathy Gilman to give them a helping hand. Find out the benefits and what it's like to be a certified birth doula. And this morning, I am Hampton Roads.
Welcome back to the Hampton Roads Show. We've been talking all things baby on the show this week, but preparing for the birth of a baby is just as important.
That is absolutely right. Ask any mom, and they are likely to tell you that support during your pregnancy is priceless. Some choose family, others choose friends, and now a lot of moms are choosing a doula. Now, if you're not sure what that is, you'll know right after you meet certified doula Kathy Gilman in this week's I Am Hampton Roads.
Hey, Kathy.
Hey, Michelle. It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
Such an honor to be here.
My name is Kathy Gilman, and I'm a DONA certified birth doula, which means that I provide continuously for mom support emotionally, physically, and information before, during, and after baby is born. I have 2 children, and my husband and I went to prepared childbirth classes and felt that we wanted to take our instructor home with us. We asked her if we could take her with us to the hospital, and she said no, but that we could hire a doula, and she gave us the doula's card. And so we called a couple doulas in the area and chose one that we felt comfortable with and that was going to meet us where we wanted to be, and it was a wonderful experience. That's when I knew I liked doulas, and then my sister had her first child, hired a doula because she knew how much we enjoyed it, and I got to see the perspective, and I thought, that's what I want to do. So I'm going to stand behind you and support you and make sure that you're good like that. The benefit is that I'm there continuously supporting moms, and everybody wants that. Doctors are happy to have it, and with my certification I've been approved by doctors, nurses, moms, and dads that I've worked with. So the dads, if they're not going to be able to be at the birth, know that mom is being taken care of.
The first child, I actually had a doula for the first one. The second one I did not, because I thought I knew everything. But I think when you are in labor, you forget to breathe, and a lot of people panic, and the doula is there to support you and to tell you, it's going to be okay, you're in that pain. She knows what I don't want, which is important. So she's just there to support me and tell me what I'm going through, when a contraction's coming, how to deal with the pain, and just to make it more easier for me. So I'm definitely going to get a doula this time around.
It's rewarding because I had been cared for by a doula and felt really confident and comfortable with the choices I made during birth. And then after seeing my sister have a doula, I just knew that I wanted to be with women and support women in this childbirth process. I can get texts during the day, calls, updates on how things are going or when questions arise, and I love to respond to those. I really encourage dads to participate to their comfort level, and a lot of times they'll see, okay, that's how I can give her counter pressure, and then they take over because they're the strong dads. And I want that the mom, is looking into his eyes when she's giving birth, and I might be giving her counter pressure, but the bond is going to be between the mother and the father. You might also squeeze them between a contraction and release them to make sure that you're calm and relaxed during the contraction.
Okay.
I have experienced moms, I have first-time moms, people who plan on or don't plan on taking childbirth classes, especially moms planning for a different birth or a VBAC. All moms deserve the support of a doula. Mom, are you ready for this?
I am. I'm excited.
You can do it.
Thank you.
My name is Kathy Gilman. I'm a certified birth doula, and I am Hampton Roads.
All right, some information for you. Doulas can cost anywhere from $400 to $700. You can go to www.dona.org. That's Doulas of North America. You can also find doulas on the site. They're listed by city. Kathy is for Suffolk, Chesapeake, Norfolk, Virginia Beach. She's also been out in Franklin. She has a website, kathydoula.com, and that also has links to other mothering groups out there on her page to help new moms.
Seems like a very rewarding profession and very necessary.
Yeah.
And it kind of brings me back to, I know she's a birth coach, so maybe in the future we can do a Coach Chris birth segment. Maybe? No? No? Come on! Push! Breathe! Blowing the whistle?
Yeah, we don't want to go to Coach Chris.
Coach Chris with birthing?
Flag on the play.
Good.
No.
Cigar.
Too much. Yes, thank you. Roll the buzz. New segment.
I'm just, thinking out loud here.
Let's talk about Beyonce. That'll make you feel better. Hey, look, Pete found a girlfriend. He's
say.
right behind you. Pete caught on to The world's
Pete's a fan of Beyonce.
beautiful woman.
What can you say?
So, of course,
He's got the wrong picture, though. I can tell you that.
you know what? She's over in the kitchen with Chris Hill, watching him cook. Jesse says, good morning. Beyonce is a great choice. She is a beautiful woman. He says, but I still think Adriana Lima is the one. Have a great day. You too, Jesse.
Have a great day.
Mike B says, I was kind of hoping that it would be a normal person and not a celebrity, but he says, I know that there are a lot more beautiful moms out there, but I guess a celebrity would sell more issues.
They have to sell magazines. A normal person doesn't sell. It's a shame because there's many beautiful people walking
fitting. You know, she just had the baby, Blue Ivy Carter, and being a new mom, she says she's felt the most beautiful ever, being a new mom, having the baby.
But the most beautiful woman in the world. I mean, really, that's a heavy, rock to carry around there, man. You gotta live up to that
you just wake up and you're like, oh, I'm the most beautiful woman in the world. But yes, kudos to her. All right, let's talk baby names.
Baby names. How about this? Top baby names.
Chris
Mason
and Chris,
for a boy.
we have Raymond
Emma.
Dunlap in the kitchen.
That's right. Emma for a girl. Baby names. Those are the most popular for 2012. Emma for a girl, then followed by Olivia,
Love
Sophia,
Olivia.
Ava, Isabella, Ella, Chloe, Abigail, and Emily. Emily dropped down the list. Emily's usually been high, and there's some traditional names in there. But like I said, no Chris, not on the top 40, which is cool. I'm cool with that. Right, Chris? Raymond? That's right.
My brother's names are Kyle, which is pretty popular, and then
like
Kaylin.
Kyle.
My little brother's name is Kaylin.
Got those K's in there.
K. Kaylin, Kyle, and Karen, Ariana, and Alvin.
Sweet.
You laughing at me?
No, I like it. They're beautiful names.
Thank you for sending us your comments in. Up next, we're going to check in with Chef Chris Hill, a.k.a. Raymond Dunlap, from the Bachelor Kitchen to see how he's doing on his Cinco de Mayo-inspired feast. We're going to be right back.
Raymond.
With Beyonce.
Look it up, Raymond.
Welcome back, everyone. In the kitchen with Chef Chris Hill from the Bachelor Kitchen, making a couple of Mexican fiesta dishes for us in celebration of an early Cinco de Mayo.
That's right.
So this was our kind of like take on a marinara
Exactly,
sauce.
yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to put that on the bottom of the plate, put the fish, which we'll cook here in a minute, right on top of it, finish off the guacamole, and bring some tortilla chips or tortillas if you want, make some tacos. Really.
Yeah. And really quick, remind folks what we had in that.
We have a bunch of stuff. The onions, red bell pepper. While we were gone, I added some cilantro, some jalapeno pepper. Leave the seeds in or out, depending on if you want hot or not.
Okay.
And then some lemon juice to finish it, or lime juice to finish it off. And always taste at the very end to make sure it's to your liking.
And you said this is the one that you want to simmer.
Yeah, simmer. See how it's gotten way thicker since in the last 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
And we'll continue to do that until we're done and it's ready.
All right, let's roll to the fish now.
We're gonna simmer this. We're gonna season this similarly to the fish, or to the sauce rather.
All right.
With a little bit of salt and pepper.
Lightly seasoned. You know, a lot of people just want to go crazy on the fish, but you don't really need to, especially if you have sauces like that.
Yeah, and these are such really good fresh fillets I got.
That was the cumin, right?
That was the chili powder,
chili powder.
and you're at the cumin right here.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, we're going to sear this on each side. And if you have smaller pieces, these are kind of rare to see in the supermarket or fish market, but smaller pieces, you can just really cook them for 2 to 3 minutes, probably 3 or 4 minutes each side.
So skin side up.
Yep, skin side up, and then we'll flip it. And then for these, since you're so big, we're going to throw them in the oven.
Okay. Now, how long? So how long on each side?
This will be about 3 minutes on the side.
Okay.
We'll flip it over, throw it in the oven for about, let's say, 8 minutes or so.
Okay, and you have it on 400.
400 degrees, yep.
Okay,
It'll just finish up, and everything will kind of come together.
All right, so what would a Cinco de Mayo feast be without some cocktails, right?
That's right. I got some ice.
Yummy.
So
careful now, Beyonce is making sure you're mixing it right.
I know.
She's watching you.
She's not pregnant again, is she?
No. Hope not. I don't think so.
All right.
Jay-Z, we have to call him up to ask him.
We got some tequila.
Right.
We have some sweet and sour mix.
All right.
Some orange liqueur, like a triple sec.
Okay.
Cointreau, either one works. The juice of half of a lime.
The lime has been the star ingredients throughout.
Throughout,
yeah.
yeah. And again, ties all the flavors in together. I have some passion fruit that I pureed together.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab the spoon.
All right.
Now you can do it yourself like I did, or it's way easier, and I would recommend just buying the puree or the concentrate. But about 2 ounces of that, or about a whole passion fruit.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll just shake this up.
Shake it. How's the fish?
It's good.
Want to flip it?
Yeah, why don't you take a quick peek?
I can mix it.
See if it's got good sear on it. Yeah, go ahead and flip that. It looks good.
All right.
There you go.
No, you're okay. Now this would be a little challenge here.
You got it?
Okay.
That girl. Man,
Yay.
nice.
Ta-da. Okay, gotcha.
Awesome.
All right, so about 3 minutes on each side. Let the skin side,
Skin side
down now.
and then we'll throw it
Pop
in the oven just to finish it off. It'll be nice and tender. We'll put that over
Okay.
the sauce right here.
So the sauce goes on the bottom. Fish will go on top.
And then we'll put the guacamole right on top. We'll leave a little bit of guacamole on the side for some chips and some tortillas and
top it off with
Yeah.
Now, you make this a lot for Cinco de Mayo and your friends come over? Or you have some other dishes?
I think
that-
last year for Cinco de Mayo I was on here. I made a skinny margarita. So actually,
I think you were.
So check the recipe out for that too.
I do. And you're on Facebook.
I am
And
Facebook.
you're also, people can email you. You're real
Chris
open
at
to that.
bachelorkitchen.com. And yeah.
And your cookbook, when are we going to see a cookbook out from
Well,
you?
I feel like a 1 month hiatus. Literally, it was.
Yeah.
I've been working so much. I had to kind of clear my head and everything. But I'm back doing it. So hopefully, I'm thinking hopefully fall.
Getting on the grind. All right,
That's
sounds
right.
good. Well, we can't wait to taste this. We're going to plate this up when we come back at the end of the show.
That's
Bring
right.
Chris
Smells
over here in the
delicious.
kitchen, and we'll try it out. Thanks so much, Chris.
Thank you. We're joined now by Tammy Wilson and her daughter Wesley, a student at Norfolk Christian School. They're here together to share their journey dealing with dyslexia and dysgraphia and how their family is using technology. And it all began when Wesley entered Chesapeake Bay Academy's Diagnostic Assessment Program. Tammy, first tell me about using the diagnostic program and why that was important.
I had educational testing done elsewhere, and I just felt like it wasn't thorough, wasn't as detailed as I wanted it to be. So through the International Dyslexia Association, I was led to the testing component of Chesapeake Bay Academy.
And Wesley, what have you learned since you've been using the technology? And I know you've come a long way. Talk about that.
It's been helpful to have it using the computer, the iPod, the software. It's all been helping through the way of learning, and using the iPod for books is very helpful when you're reading. It kind of lets you know what the word is, so it's not as hard.
I know it's a slow and thoughtful process. Have you seen her grow throughout the use of technology there?
It is beyond belief. When you compare her papers, when you look at her demeanor and how she is not stressed anymore, she doesn't have headaches every day, she's not fearful of school. Wesley knows the content, and she had no way to fully articulate and prove her knowledge. So it was a struggle. You know, you can only imagine if you know something and it's locked inside you, and you cannot access the executive skills that you need to say it. So by using audiobooks, she can keep on pace with the class. By using predictive software when she's typing, she can spell. And by using voice-to-text software when it's a larger assignment, it helps her get her thoughts down better for a larger piece.
It's important to note that dysgraphia is the difficulty of being able to write down your thoughts.
Right.
And you said that dyslexia and dysgraphia are both intertwined.
They do overlap, although you can have one without the other. It's a very interesting, it's very nuanced, and no two people will have the exact same set of symptoms, if you will.
What are some advice that you would give other kids who might have this difficulty?
Wow. You want to take that one?
Okay. I would say that if you have faith that you can get through it, you can do it easily. Also, with if you are struggling with something that you feel like something's not right, always talk to your parents about it or your teachers.
And I know you did a presentation on dyslexia and dysgraphia. Was that something that was really scary for you? Because I heard you did a great job
It
with
was fun. It was actually fun. And a lot of my classmates were having fun with it and still like struggling at the same time, I guess you could say.
We did a simulation so that they could feel what it feels like. And that was so eye-opening for everyone. And it was very important for Wesley not to feel that she had to hide this, because it's obvious that she works differently. So rather than wait for someone to ask her questions about it, she stepped out front and she owned it. They understand it, they're supportive of her, and I think Wesley's big encouragement to kids is, both the kids that struggle with this, is to advocate for yourself, and for kids that are the peer group of those children, just support them and know that they're just as smart as you are, They just need different tools.
And if you have any questions, contact the people at Chesapeake Bay Academy. You can contact them at cba/va.org or give them a call at 497-6200. They're also having a golf tournament May 24th. For more information, like I said, contact them at cba/va.org. Tammy and Wesley, thanks so much for sharing that. And you're a beautiful young girl, and you're doing great. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good deal for Wesley.
Right. Yeah, I've heard of dyslexia, but never dysgraphia. That's interesting to learn a little bit more about that. So, but let's take a look at the pop quiz. Hopefully I typed it all out correctly there and spelled it. So here's the first clue. Connects to other countries, sort of. Big South Side city, has a tower and a terminal, and established in 1938.
Chris?
I have no idea.
No?
I got no idea there, Jeremy.
Well, the answer is Norfolk International Airport. So, yeah, it's international, so it connects to other countries.
We're going to go have the prize NASCAR tickets this Saturday.
That's right. The prize for us is Red Snapper with Raymond. We're coming right back. Big thank you to our audience today, Atlantic Shores Retirement Community, May 18th, Home and Garden Tour. Go out and see the place. Also, big thanks to COULIS Enactment and also Chesapeake Bay Academy.
And big thank you to our Cinco de Mayo feast, Chris Hill for the Bachelor Kitchen, and Kathy Gilman for this week's I Am Hampton Roads. We'll have all the information on our website, thehamptonroadshow.com. We're going to talk to Carrie Beery, walking from Archer Dimes.
Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Nice.